Hello students, hope everyone is fine. So in last class we are given the introduction on linear inequalities. What are the linear inequalities of one variable, two variable. Now today's class we are going to study how to solve them. So I have taken the exercise questions directly, and it is very easy chapter. So if I go for the fifth question solution, you have 4x plus 3 is less than 5x plus 7. So let me write here 4x plus 3 is less than 5x plus 7. So next step what I do is add my minus 3 on both the sides and see what you get. If I add minus 3 on both the sides, you will get 4x plus 3 minus 3, because by adding the same quantity on both the sides, your equation is not going to, this less than is not going to affect. Okay, 5x plus 7 minus 3, still it is holds. Next case is, so by adding this, what do you get? You get 4x is less than 5x plus 4. 5x plus 4. Now further you can do the same thing in the different way. You can write something. If 4x is less than 5x plus 4, then you can say 5x plus 4 is greater than 4x. Can we do this? 5x plus 4 is greater than 4x. If a is smaller than b, then b has to be greater than a. Okay. When I reverse the terms, less than will become greater than. Now similarly, what you can do is add minus 4x on both the sides. If I put minus 4x here and here also minus 4x on both the sides. So what we get here now? 5x minus 4x is x plus 4 is greater than 0, because 5x minus 4x is x plus 4 is greater than 4x minus 4x is 0. Next step what you do is add minus 4 on both the sides. Minus 4 here and minus 4 here. Add minus 4 on both the sides. So your final answer is going to be x is greater than minus 4. Okay. So x is greater than minus 4. If you want to represent on the number line, you draw the number line. X is greater than, so except minus 4 and everything on the right hand side of the minus 4. That means open bracket minus 4 to infinity. You can write that way. If I insert the equation, x belongs to open interval minus 4 comma infinity. Okay. So if you take any number between minus 4 to infinity, this equation is going to satisfy. So in every step, adding on both the sides, these many times, it will take a lengthy way to solve it. So what we do is we can shorten the method. Okay. So what you can do is, if I go for the seventh question solution, this is open up the bracket. 3 into x is 3x minus 3 into 1 is 3 is less than or equals to 2x minus 6. So next step what to do is, instead of bringing on both the sides on all stories, we can directly write it. Bring 2x this side, that is 3x minus 2x is less than or equals to minus 6 plus 3. Okay, the way we are solving with equality sign, the same way, but generally we have to solve this question with this method, adding on both the sides every time. So, but simplification purpose, we don't use all that way. So we can write this here as 3x minus 2x is x is less than or equals to minus 3. Okay, so your final answer is x is less than or equals to minus 3. So what are the numbers we have less than minus 3 or equals to minus 3? So we can write it as x belongs to open interval minus infinity to minus 3 closed interval, because equal sign is there here, so I'll put closed interval here. So this is, that means all the negative numbers till minus 3, from minus infinity to including minus 3, all these negative numbers will satisfy the given equation. See here the number of steps are decreased. Okay, here number of steps are increased, so better we go by this method. But actual concept of is, it's not transferring 2x this side and minus 3 that side. It is just adding the same terms on both the sides. That method we solve. Okay, so then we'll move to the next question. Question number 9 and 11 of the exercise. So in the question number 9, what we get? Let me insert the equation. First of all, let me take the LCM on the LHS side. LCM is going to be 6. So numerator you are going to get 6x, then plus 3x, then plus 2x. Okay, these many x's you will get, which is less than 11. Okay, so then next step what we do, add the numerator term, no need of fraction. 6x plus 3x, 9x, 9x plus 2x, 11x, you will get it. 11x is less than 66. Okay, so divide, multiplying with 6 on both the sides. If I multiply this side, 6 and 6 will get cancelled. If I multiply 6 here, it will become 66. Now dividing with 11 on both the sides, you will get x is less than 6. If x is less than 6, what are the number system we have? So we can say x belongs to open interval minus infinity, comma 6. This is also open interval because equality sign is not there, so I'll take. Okay, so these questions are very easy to solve, as we can see. Now if I go for the solution of the 11th question, so first send 3 this side and 5 this side, like multiplying with 3 and 5 on both the sides, you will get it as 9 into x minus 2 is less than or equals to 25 into 2 minus x. So next step what we do is we open up the bracket and see what we get it. If I open up the brackets, 9x you will get here, 9x minus 18 is less than or equals to 225 is 50 minus 25x. Next step what we do is exchange the terms from right to left or left to right. So you will get a minus 25x will come this side as plus 25x. 9 plus 25x is 34x is less than or equals to 50 plus 18, which will be 68. So in that case, what do you get? That implies you will get x is less than or equals to 2. If x is less than or equals to 2, then you have x belongs to open interval minus infinity, comma 2. This is closure bracket because 2 is also equal sign is there. So this is the solution of the given equation. Okay, hope these questions are clear. Then you have question number 16 from the exercise. Let's see what we can do, how we can solve this one. Let's insert the equation. First, keep the right hand term same. You have 2x minus 1 upon 3 is greater than or equals to, take the LCM in the denominator. 5 4 is 20 is the LCM, and here you will get 5 multiply with this term, so 5 3 is 15x minus 5 2 is 10. Then this 2 minus x will multiply with 4 including the minus, so minus 4 into 2 is minus 8, minus 4 into minus x will be plus 4x. So I have done it the direct step. So next step, what you get it here, it is this term will remain as it is. Now here what you get in the fraction, 15x plus 4x will be 19x, then minus 10 minus 8 will be minus 18 upon 20. So when I simplify the next step, as I do, 20 will go that side and 3 will come this side. So you will get 2 into 20, 40x, minus 20 into 1 is 20, is greater than or equals to 3 19 57x, okay, minus 3 18 54. When I solve this equation one further, what you get here, it is minus 54. I will bring this side, it will become plus 54. 54 minus 30, 20 is 34, is greater than or equals to 57x minus 40x is 17x. So if I do this way, then what you get, x is less than or equals to 2, I think, because here I can write it as 17x is less than or equals to 34. That implies x is less than or equals to 2. Okay, if x is less than or equal to 2, then the solution set will be minus infinity to 2. So you can draw the number line. I think last class I explained already. If you want, you can do it again. We can put a number line here which goes on both the sides. Okay, so let me take origin in the middle. Then you have minus 1 here. Then you have minus 2 here. Okay. Then you will have plus 1 here, then plus 2 there, and so on. It will continue. If you want, you can write here. This will come as minus 2. This will come as minus 1. This will come as 0. This will come as 1 on the number line, and it will go on. If x is less than or equals to minus 2 means, so how do we represent on the graph is less than or equal to, right? So including minus 2, then your graph will go this way. Okay, if you want, you can color it with a different thing. So this is a representation on the graph. Okay, I hope you understand how to solve a linear inequalities in one variable. Next one, what we have is word problems. We have few how these linear equations are formed. Now we are learning how to solve it, right? Now we should know from where we get that equations and what are the situations which you have. The marks obtained by a student of class 11 in first and second terminal examinations are 62 and 48. So two terminal exams are given. Find the minimum marks he should get in the annual examination to have an average of at least 60 marks. That means he has to get minimum 60%. Average of all the three exams should be minimum 60%. So first exam he got is 62, second exam he got is 48. So what should be the minimum score? He has to score. Minimum means particular number or more than that. He has to score 30 or more, 40 or more, or 58 or more, or 70 or more. So that the average of all the three subjects will remain more than 60, more than or equals to, greater than or equals to 60. So here it is given the average of three subjects. So let me take average of three subjects. So out of three subjects, I knew two subjects marks. Two exams marks. One is 62 plus 48 plus, I don't know the third subject mark, so I'll take it as X. So average means divided by 3. At least 60. At least 60 means minimum 60, or it can be 60 or above. So that case I'll say greater than or equals to 60. When they use the word at least, minimum I can eat 2 bananas. That means maximum I can eat 10 bananas or dozen or more. Okay. So at least 60 marks. He need minimum 60 marks. So that means he can score 65, he can score 70, 80 or 100. 100 not possible because he got 62, 48. So in this case it is not possible. So next case what you get is, so here 62 plus, I need a fraction again. 62 plus 48 is 110. Okay. Plus 3. Sorry. Okay. Let me do this way. I don't require the 110 plus X is greater than or equals to 180. Why 180? I'm sending 3 to multiplying with 3 on both the sides. So here this 3 will get cancelled. 60 into 3 is 180. So next step what you get, X is greater than 80. X is greater than or equals to 80. Okay. That means if you want average of this subject is greater than a minimum 60 marks, then the final exam and the annual examination he has to score minimum 80 marks. You can check it out. If you take any number less than 80, so let me take 79. So this is 62 plus 48 plus 79. 62 plus 48 is 110. So sorry, this should be 110. I don't know. 110 means this will come as 70. Sorry, has to score minimum 70 marks. Okay. So 62 plus 48 is 110. If I take 69 as X value, so 110 plus 69 is 179. If I take 179 upon 3, will it give me 60 and more? No, because if minimum I want 180. 180 upon 3 is 60. Okay. So I'm getting 179. So it will give me 59 point something. Okay. So that's why X has to be either 70 or more than 70. I hope this question is clear. So next example will go. Find all pairs of consecutive odd natural numbers. They are consecutive and odd, both of which are larger than 10, such that the sum of their sum is less than 40. So how do we solve this question? It's easy. They said two consecutive odd natural numbers. Let me the first odd natural number is X. Then another odd natural number is X plus 2. The next odd number, if X value is 3, the next number has to be 5. There is a 2 difference between the two consecutive odd natural numbers. If you take any two, 9 and 11, 13 and 15, 101 and 103. There is a difference of 2. So these are the two consecutive numbers, odd natural numbers, and each one is greater than 10. So I'll take x is greater than 10. If x is greater than 10, then x plus 2 is also greater than 10 only. Okay. So next, what is given? Sum of these numbers is less than 40. Sum of these numbers means x plus uh, x plus 2. Sum of first odd number, next odd consecutive odd number is less than 40. That's what the given condition is given. X is greater than 10, and if I solve this one, you will get 2x is less than 38. Then you will have x is less than 19. So there are two conditions. X is greater than 10, okay, and x is less than 19. Here let me write. So what are the numbers you can take as x values? The possible x values are, x values can be 11, am I right? Then you have 12, then 30. Oh, sorry, you cannot take 12 because they said odd natural numbers. 11, 13, 15, then 17. I think that's it. Okay, you cannot take 12, 14, 16 because x is a odd natural number. Okay, so if I take x value is this, then what are the corresponding x plus 2 values? If x is 11, x plus 2 is 13, then 15, then 17, then 19. Okay, you can take x plus 2 value is 19, but x value cannot be 19, but x plus 2 can be 19, no problem. So what the question exactly there? Two consecutive odd numbers. Maybe if you want, you can write 11 comma 13. Then you can put 13 comma 15. Then you can write 15 comma 17. Then you can put 17 comma 19. These are the odd natural numbers whose sum is less than 40 and each number is greater than 10. So this is the answer of the given question. Next topic which we have is graphical solution of a linear inequalities in two variables. Till now we studied one variable, and we have given one example how to represent on the graph. Okay, rest all the examples will come in the same way. Like x is from minus infinity to 6, so we will start from 6 somewhere here, and we'll go this direction minus infinity. Where you have positive answers, you have. I think no answers you got positive. For example, here they say x is greater than or equals to 70, then I'll start from 70, then I'll go towards infinity if they don't have any restriction on the maximum mark. Okay. Yeah. Now comes to graphical solutions of linear equation in two variables. So for example, here the equation is given 40x plus 20y is less than or equals to 120. So how do I represent this on the graph? First, to represent linear inequalities, I'll take equal sign, whether it is less than or greater than, whether equal sign is there or not. Even if they give 40x plus 20y is less than 120, first I'll take equals to 120, then I'll represent on the graph. If you know equals to 120, then you knew very well how to represent on the graph. In class 9, 10, we already studied. Like for example, 40x plus 20y is equals to 120, then you knew I take different values of x, I'll get different values of y, then I represent. Now when I have less than or greater than, how do I consider the graph? Okay, so here we have the graph. 40x plus 20y is equals to 20. So this line, blue color line, will represent me the 40x plus 20y equals to 120. Now when I have less than or greater than, how do I decide? So less than means it will be either on the left side. This is called the left side of the line, and this is called the right side of the line, above or below. This is above of the line and this is below of the line. If less than or equals to there, then this line will be dark line, thick line. If only less than is there, then this line will draw it as a dotted line, dot 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 in everywhere. That means that points on the line are not included. If it is dot thick line, the points on the lines are also included in the solution set. Now you take, how do I decide whether it is on the this side of the line or this is on the right side of the line? This is right side and this is left side everywhere below of this line. So you take any point either here or here. For example, here I go, the point is 1, 1. 1, 1 is x's value is 1, y value is also 1. So 40 plus 20, 60. Is 60 is less than 120? Yes. So that means the solution set will be the below one. If you take somewhere here, for example, 5, 1. 5, 1 is somewhere here it lies. X is 5 and y is 1. If x is 5, 5 into 40, 200. If y is 1, 20 into 1, 20. So 200 plus 20, 220. Is 220 is less than 120? No. That means the above part cannot be the solution set. Now once I come below of the line part, everything, even if it can come in the negative fourth quadrant, it can come to the third quadrant, it can come to the second quadrant, every below part will be okay. So everything will be there in the solution set. But I have highlighted only this much part because here there may be question x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than or equals to 0. If I say x is greater than or equals to 0, then I cannot take negative x values. So that's why I restricted here from 0 to 3. If I take y is greater than or equals to 0, my quantity is always positive or equals to 0, then I cannot take negative y values. So this value, this part is restricted. I cannot enter in the second quadrant, I cannot enter in the third quadrant, neither I cannot enter in fourth quadrant. So my solution has to be in the first quadrant. This shaded region, you take any point within the shaded region, okay? Each and every point in this shaded region, in the triangular region, is going to satisfy the given equation. Okay. So if you have less than, if you have greater than, whether you have a confusion to take below or above or left or right, okay, then you can take any one random point and substitute. If it is satisfying, then that particular part is, always you get first part and second part. You have to decide whether the solution is part 1 or whether the solution lies in the part 2. Next question is 3x plus 2y is greater than 6. 3x plus 2y is greater than 6. Here there is no restriction on x and y. So this is the greater than is there, equal sign is not there. That's why the line is represented on the dotted line, using the dotted line. Okay, so this is the dotted line will represent me 3x plus 2y equals to 6. Now greater than is there, so you can take either point here in the part 1 or you can take the point in the part 2 anyway. For example, if I go to 4, 2 lies in the part 2, here is the point 4, 2. X is 4, y is 2. So substitute in this equation, 3 4s are 12, plus 2 2s are 6. 12 plus 6, 18. 18 is greater than 6, yes. So that means my solution is part 2. If I take, for example, 1, 1. In the part 1, one of my solution is 1, 1. If I substitute 1, 1 here, 3 plus 2 is 5. Is 5 is greater than 6? No. That's why this below part cannot be the solution and above part is the solution set. That means even it can go to the this values also, even these values also, each and every value satisfies the given set of equations. Okay, so that's it. This is the solution set that is above of this line in the quadrant. So you can take any part in this solution region. This everything is going to be not any point. A point on the line or below the line that will not satisfy the given equation. So this entire shaded region will be the solution set for the given equation. Next we have 3x minus 6 is greater than or equals to 0. If I solve it, 3x minus 6 equals to 0, then x value will come as 2. Then x equals to 2, this is the line. Equal sign is also there here, that's why I am putting a thick line instead of dotted line. That means you take any point on this line will satisfy the given equation. Now greater than is there, so you have to take right side of the line or left side of the line. As I said, you can take any one point, for example 1, 1. If I put 1, 1 here, x value is 1, so you'll get 3 minus 6 is minus 3. Is minus 3 is greater than 0? No. So that means the left side of the line cannot be the solution set, so right side of the line is the solution set. Okay, same if y is less than 2, this is the line y equals to 2 line, this is dotted line. Less than means either I have below or above. I think below only. Because above, if I take y is 3, obviously 3 cannot be less than 2. So that's why the solution set will be this below. You don't think, sir, why you draw the line only till 5, this dark line. It will extend, okay? The dark line is as long as this line extends, that much part, everywhere, here also. So don't think that only this much is the solution. There just mention, if the line goes above, this even this shaded region is not ending with 5. It will go till plus infinity. Okay, everywhere. From this, starting from this line, as the line moves upward and downward till plus infinity and minus infinity, and this direction it will go till minus infinity. Sorry, plus infinity on the x-axis. So this is every number. Okay. So next class we'll see how do we represent these equations. I think you can solve even if this 6.2 also you can try in the graph book, not in the notebook. Maybe if you want to do notebook, you have to draw that coordinate axis and show the solution clearly and shade the region with the pencil. Okay, so 6.2 also you can try it out. Then what you have, solutions. Now here you have linear equation, 2 variables, only one equation you have. Question 1 to question 10 you have only one equation. From next class onwards you have 2 linear equations and you have to represent common solutions for both the linear equations. Maybe if possible we'll see in the next class. Okay, so complete till 6.2 exercise. So in class 12, there is a one chapter linear programming. There you will understand why do we require this solution set and what are the practical problems we are going to solve using linear inequalities. There you have transportation problems, you have manufacturing problems, you have machinery problems, and you have diet problems. Based on the dieting also we use the mathematics and all. Okay. So we'll see those things in the next class. I mean in class 12. Next class we'll see 2 linear equations, or 2 or 3 or 4, as many as equations you have. You can have 5 equations, then also you can find the common solution for everything. Okay. So complete till 6.2. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.